Hello, I'm going to be using Postman to test my Bookstore application. I have this server running here, so I'm first going to paste the URL, which I will need here. I'm going to start off with the get method to retrieve all the books. Here's the result of the books. I'll get all the books here. The code is 200 OK, which means it's working. Now I'm going to just randomly paste a ID. Let's say I go back to get method. I retrieve it with a book ID. It would show me the book with the same ID, so that will be the book. Now if I get a book ID of random, let's say 100, a random ID, it should say book with ID 100 not found, and the record will be full not found. Now for the post booking, and I will keep everything the same, so this will be the ISBN. I need to change the ISBN. It should say 201 not created, 201 created, and if I go to books, it will show me the created, which is here. Now if I, let's say, change it to another author like J.K. Rowling, it should say J.K. Rowling does not exist, and the code will be 404 not found. If I change the publication year to a future, let's say 2035, it should give me an error message saying that publication year cannot be in the future, 404 not found. To update books, I will just, let's say, use this ID, paste it here. Let's say I change the title to, let's say, Star Wars. It should say 200 OK, and if I go back here, it will update to my list. So Star Wars. Now if I update the ISBN, let's say I go back there and use another ISBN of another book and just paste it here. If I send it, the ISBN already exists for another book, so it should not create a book, update the book to the same ISBN as another book. If I try to update, let's say, a different ID, for example, and I will say probably a new ISBN, it would say book ID 900 not found, which means it cannot be updated. Now if I go to delete, I will need the book ID. It should say 204 not content, and it should have been deleted. If I go here and check, it's gone. It's not there anymore. Now if I delete using random or book ID, it should say book with ID 100 not found, which means it can't be deleted. Now I'm going to do the authors endpoint. I'm going to start again with the get method, and I've changed the URL to authors instead of books. So if I go here and send, it'll show me all the authors. I'm going to go to the get method using the ID. So if I just type the ID, it would give me the author. So it works. So if I give an ID that is not on the list, it will say author with ID 6 not found. Now in post authors, I am going to first go to authors, and I'm just going to copy and paste a I will post it. It will say 201 over 201 created, and if I go to authors, send, it would have a new author. Now if I go back here and let's say I do it without the name, it should say both the name and the biography are required, and this is the code 400 bad request. Now if I go back and I get rid of the biography, send again, it would say 400 bad request. The should be here, so here, try again. Yes, both the name and the biography are required, so it will not be created. Now I'm going to do the put method. So in the put method, I'm going to be updating the author. So let's say I update the author of the ID3, and if I go back there, it would be Toni Morrison. So if I just change, let's say, the name, Billy, it would say 200 OK, and then the ID would, the name would be Billy. When I go back here, it would change it in the list as well. So it would be Billy here. Just delete this and do a random author. Let's say 20. It will say author ID too many not found, so it cannot be updated because it's not found there. Now I'm going to go to authors for deleting it. I'm going to delete, let's say, author 1. Just say 204 not content, and if I go here, the first author should be deleted, which is Jane Austen. So there is no Jane Austen anymore. And if I go back to delete and put random ID, it will say author with ID 18 not found and the 404 code as well. Now here, I'm going to get the books by authors. So let's say books by author 3. It would say 200 OK, it's working, but there is no result here. Now I'm going to do the customers endpoint. I've again changed the URL to customers, and if I go to send it for retrieving the customers, it will show me this, and I'm just going to copy and paste it, the ID for example, and get the customer by ID. It would give me the result 200 OK, and it would give me the result of the author by the ID. If I do a random ID, for example 90, it would say customer with ID 90 not found. Now I'm going to post or create a customer. So here I'm going to copy. I again don't need the ID here because it's auto generated. So let's say I change it to Sam and Gmail as well. Sam and password 1990, let's say. It will say 201 created. If I go here, get all the customers, it would have created a customer with Sam. Now if I get rid of the email, let's say, it will say the name, email, and password are required, and the error code will be 400 by request. And then if I do the same with the rest of them, for example, it will show the same thing. If I get rid of the name, it will show the same thing. Now if I go to update the password or anything in the customers section, again I need to copy and paste it here, the ID, go to put, paste it, and let's say I change the password. It will say 200 OK, and the password will now be orange for Michael. If I try to change anything using a wrong ID, it will say customer ID 100 not found. Now for deleting a customer, I will just copy and paste ID, and it will say 204 no content. And if I go to customers, the ID will be deleted, the customer will be deleted. So no more Michael. If I do a random ID, it will say customer with ID 80 has been deleted or not found. Now I'm going to start off with the cart endpoint. So first I'm going to get the customer ID. I'm going to paste in the URL, and then I will need the book ID, which will be here. Let's say I want to buy this book, for example. I'll add this here, and let's say I want to buy 5 books. I'll send it, and it will say 201 created. Now if I want to go here, I'll paste the customer's URL. So here. It will say 200 OK, and this will be the result. Now if I want to, let's say, go here and increase, let's say, the quantity. So here again I'm going to copy and paste the customer ID, and here I need the book ID, which will basically be here. So this is the book ID. And in the raw body, let's say I want to set the quantity. So I'll change it to 10. It will say cart item updated successfully, and this is the code 200 OK. Now I'm going to go to delete, and here I'm going to paste the book ID and the customer ID I need to get again. It would say 204 no content, and it should mean that it has been deleted. And if I go here and send the request again, it will say empty, which means there is no cart with the customer ID. Now lastly, I'm going to do the orders endpoint. So here I'm going to make sure I paste the customer ID, and I send it. It will say 201 created. So this is customer order that I have in the cart. And if I go here and I'm going to paste the customer ID to get the orders, it should say everything 200 OK, and this is the order I had from last time, including the order date and the total amount of the books. Now if I go here and get customer ID here and get the order by the order ID, I'll say 200 OK, and it will show the result. If I get rid of the ID and use a random ID, let's say 200, it will say order not found.